this video for how to use Wallaroo with computer vision to detect objects in images. In this video, we'll walk through setting up the production environment for a computer vision model. We'll use mobilenet, and we also have another video on ResNet, which I encourage you to have a look. And we'll show you how to quickly get these models into production so that you can move on from the stage of model development and experimentation right into production with the Wallaroo platform. My name is Martin Bald. I am the Senior Community Manager at Wallaroo, and I'll be taking you through this tutorial. You can access this tutorial also from our documentation site. We have a number of tutorials here, and you can access this. And you can also run your tutorials inside the free Community Edition from Wallaroo. And so the Community Edition, it doesn't expire, and so it's a great training vehicle for you to learn not only about computer vision, but other production ML use cases as well. So to begin with, inside the Wallaroo platform, inside our UI, we will be running using the SDK. You can run through the UI, we have SDK and also APIs as well, in which to get your models into production. But for this example, we'll be using the Jupyter Hub. So inside here, I have my Jupyter notebook open, and when you go through the tutorial, you'll see that there is a step here for you to quickly set up your environment for this example. So as I mentioned, we'll be using objects using mobilenet. And so to begin with, the first step is for us to import our libraries. The next step for us is to connect to our Wallaroo instance. And so that's what we're doing here. You might get a link here, like a URL. You click on that link, it'll take you and say, you authenticate this, and you see, and so that's essentially, I'm already authenticated, so that's why that's not showing up here. The next is to set up our variables. And so this allows us to create a workspace from which we can upload create our pipelines, upload our models into those pipelines. And we also use the Onyx model as well. And so this is an opportunity for us to, you can look at other tutorials that we have. If you have models in different formats, you can use the model conversion tools that will convert them into the Onyx format. And so just to quickly step through this one. And then the last step here for configuring our environment and variables is to, again, get that workspace and get it into play. So the next step is to create that workspace, and you can see here that it's created that workspace for me. And then we're going to upload our model and create the pipeline as well. And so it'll take a couple of seconds to do this, and then we're ready to deploy. And so here we are at the stage of deploying into production. And so it's taken a couple of seconds there. It will take less than 45 seconds. And if you have ever deployed any models to production, you'll appreciate that it does take sometimes hours or days, depending on the tools, configurations and so on. But essentially, we've deployed into production in a matter of seconds here. So next, we're going to prepare this input image. And so it's important for us to tee this up and make sure that we'll have this in the right format, because before we run our inference, we need to load, resize, and transform our image into the appropriate sized tensor so that it meets the requirements of the mobilenet image detector. And so that's essentially, we're setting the width and the height here at 640 by 480, and then we'll get this image prepared for us. Okay, now that we're done that, the next step is to run our inference. And so we're going to run an inference here on essentially the use case that we are running in is a cashierless retail store. So if you've seen anything, like if you've ever been to an Amazon Go store or any other cashierless retail outlet where you walk into the store, you identify either by scanning a credit card or the PAM identification, you pick those items off the shelf, and you go out and you get billed, because it recognizes this is who this person is, and also the objects are recognized that you select from the shelf as well. And so We're just going to run this inference here. And so we can see here that we are using mobilenet, and we have our mobilenet pipeline as well. And we can see that it's recognized 2 bottles. So if I've gone in, I've grabbed them, it says, okay, this person has grabbed this, green health drink. And so off you go, and, you get charged for that. So we can also show what's going on in the background here. And there's a number of things aside from just recognizing those bottles. And so we can see we have the bottle, there's a refrigerator, a few other bottles there as well. We haven't drawn them in the image. And so that's essentially it through those steps. So what we've done here is we've taken an environment, we've taken our model for computer vision, we've provisioned it into the pipeline, and we've deployed it into production and run that inference on it. And that's it. A matter of seconds, we've got ourselves into production. And then we can use the other capabilities within Wallaroo to monitor the model. We can do shadow deploy and also assays for model drift and recognize those things. So we can keep that model making sure that it's performing the way we intended it to, or we can compare it against other models that we have as well to see, is it performing or do we have a better model? So once we're done with that, we will undeploy this pipeline and give those resources back. And I thank you very much for your time here today, and I look forward to seeing you on other recordings. Thank you. Bye-bye.